Hi again, everyone. Today we're going to be finding the Riddler's Mind Worm. Yeah, you've probably seen a couple people flying around on this thing because, well, just 2 days ago, everybody figured out how to get it. Seen some posts on Wowhead and stuff, but hadn't seen any videos for it, so I decided to make one. It's here in your mount list if you want to pull it up, and of course it's reading your mind, even what you're thinking right now. First, we're going to go ahead and head on to Dalaran, because that's where all of this gets started. Once you're in Dalaran, we're just going to head down the street a little ways, and we're going to be ducking into the Ledgermain Lounge. And over here in the back corner, and you see somebody's already here, on this bookshelf you're going to see a little parchment. And that's the item that you're going to want to read right there on that shelf. Click on it, and you'll see the first page, which is page 9. Apparently these coincide with the ISBN of the World of Warcraft Chronicle Volume 1. But that's the first step in this adventure. Let's move on to the second. Next item on the to-do list, we're going to head out to Duskwood, specifically the Twilight Grove, which is that giant round thing in the middle of the map. And if you're flying towards it, well, it's that giant tree-looking mound thing off in the distance. Now, once you get up in the thick of it, you're just going to head down into the little valley, grove, as it is, and if you remember back in the day, there used to be a giant world boss here that many would gather to fight. But we're going over here to the Moonwell, and you're going to miss it if you don't look real close, but just on that bench in front of the Moonwell, if you zoom in, you'll see a little parchment there. And that is what you're after, and that's the next page that you need to read. Go ahead and open that up, read it, and we'll move on to the next one after you've read that one. Remember, you got to do these in order, otherwise it's worthless. And from what I hear, you've got to log out for at least like 2 or 3 hours before you can attempt this again. So make sure to do them in order. Alright, let's go ahead and head on to the next one. For this next part, we're going to be heading to Kalimdor, northern part of it, just next to the giant tree trunk that well, we lost in Warcraft 3, as our command was all climbing up on it and stuff. But we're going to fly past that, and we're going to fly down into the Firelands raid. And this is where, Ragnaros came back during the Cataclysm, because the old gods were all like, yeah, we're back, and we got Deathwing and stuff. And anyway, so you're going to head in here, and you just start beating the crap out of everything. This raid, and pretty much every raid that you need to go into to do this, you can do solo. You don't have to have a raid group. It would obviously be easier with one, but you don't have to have one. The page you're looking for is unfortunately at the very end of the raid, all the way after you've defeated Ragnaros. You might could pick it up before you defeat him, but you might as well kill him and hope you get the mount. But once you've killed him, just over here to the left of his little spawning pool, there at the very edge you're going to find your next little page that you need. So let's go ahead and read our next page, and yeah, let's move on to the next one. Next, let's go ahead and head on out to Uldum. You'll be here a couple of times, so that Portal and Stormwind will quickly become your friend for this. You're going to head all the way down to the south at the lost city of Tolvir, and you're going to go out here to the little delta. Easiest way for me to point this out is going to be to point at that building and head down to this little thicket of like 4 trees. 1 big, 1 medium, 2 small. And right here between the 2 small ones, your next page. Yep, right there. Go ahead, pick that up, and we'll start heading towards our next destination. For the next one, we're going to head out to Pandaria in the Vale of Eternal Blossoms. it's just going to be the entrance to the Siege of Orgrimmar raid. So we're just going to go ahead and fly on down in here. Now this one can be a bit of a challenge, especially the first boss. He's a bit of a challenge. But if you are fast enough, you can probably do this in 8 or 9 respawns of the boss. So not impossible. Just keep at it and you can kill him. Same goes for all of the boss encounters in this raid. You can do it solo. It does take a little bit doing. Of course, the 3 pandas, you need to kill them all within a relatively short distance from each other around the same time. But you can do this. It just takes some doing, but it's not impossible. And hey, while you're here, you even get to hear Lore Walker Cho, go on about titans and old gods. So, history lesson and all that good stuff. Now, once you get to the Shah's room here, this is where the page is. You don't actually have to engage the Shah, so you don't have to defeat him. You're just going to go back here in the corner of the room, and bam, there's your next page. See, didn't even finish off the ads that are in the room, and you can totally pick it up. Now you can kill him. He's totally soloable. He's probably even easier than the first boss, so it's not that big of a deal to kill him. Of course, if you want to bring friends, this goes a lot easier. But anyway, on to the next one. For this part, you're going to head out to Tenaris, out to the good old Caverns of Time. How many years have we been going to the Caverns of Time for this, that, or the other? A lot. And you won't remember the times you died, according to Chromie. Anyway. Now, once you're down in the caverns, you're going to head towards the Well of Eternity, which was one of those fun jaunts to the past that they had in Cataclysm. They really haven't had any... Well, no, that's a lie. We did all the Illidan Stormrage stuff in Legion. So, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, always go into the past. Anyway, go ahead and hop in here, and you're going to start working your way through. I did find it kind of nifty that they send you back to the Well of Eternity time frame, because you get to play around with Illidan Stormrage back before he was all, fell powerhouse, leader of the Illidari, back when him and Malfurion still, talked to each other, kinda, sorta. But anyway. Now for this one, you're going to go almost all the way to the end. It's right before, Manaroth and all that cool stuff. And it's just right over here, next to the Well of Eternity. Right there on the bottom step. Should be kind of easy to spot for you. But yeah, there it is. I do suggest, if you're curious about, Illidan, Malfurion, and Tyrande, stick around, kill Manaroth, all that good stuff. Otherwise, we'll move on to the next one. Oh, and P.S. Can you tell the Blizzard developers have been wanting to do the Legion for a long, long time? For our next one, we're headed out to Pandaria again, out here in the Kunlai Summit, right here at the Shadowpan Monastery. See these two little tiger statues? Head over to this one, and look between its paws, and you'll find something interesting. Oh look, it's another page for us. Now that we have that, let's head on to the next one. For this one, we're headed back to Ulduar, one more time for good measure, apparently. Right here at the Halls of Origination, you're going to see 4 statues. We're going to head down to the second one, here in front of the halls. And right there, just sort of to the right of the feet, you'll see a small little page, and that's what you're after. Really hard to, see these things. It's a wonder anyone was able to find all of these. So again, major kudos to the groups that found all of this. It's really impressive. All right, on to your last one. Yep, we're almost home. Our last stop on this magical trip is out here in Westfall, just on kind of the northwest corner on the beach. This will be pretty easy to see as it's highlighted in purple if you've done everything. And it's just a little chest. It's just sitting there waiting for you. And you're going to open it up, and bam, you will be rewarded with the mount that you've been after for probably the last hour and a half. Maybe you went through it faster if you had a group. But yeah, there you go. The Riddler's Mana Worm is now yours, and mine, and that guy next to me on the beaches. We all have one now. So congratulations, kudos, huzzah, and whatnot. You now have it. Of course, thanks for watching, everyone. We appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. We play a lot of Warcraft here at Geek Fried Maters, so stick around. There will be some links to some other videos at the end of this one. Feel free to subscribe, because that would be awesome. But yeah, otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in-game. P.S. Did anybody pick up on the really heavy, Old Gods vibe that this whole thing had going on? It's just like Cosmoth the Hungering, the first big, reveal thing that they figured out in the early days of Legion. They're all very Old God feeling. I'm pretty sure once we defeat the Legion, we're totally fighting the Old Gods next. I mean, the Nightmare, raid, you fight the Eye of Il'gynoth, and I figure that's the eye of one of the Old Gods that we're going to have to fight soon. But anyway, take it easy, everyone.